Hey guys, how you doing? I'm going to do 15 plus 10, and I'm rated 1418, which is 250 points lower than my best. So I'm going to go standard repertoire, and I've got a mental hack here, dark chocolate. Okay. Alright, so we're going normal. All normal. I've played like a complete arsewit today. Okay, and this is the Steinitz Scotch. I like the Steinitz Scotch, and I'll tell you why. It scores well, and most Scotch players don't know it. Hello. We've got a little supporter here, little black pawn. What's wrong? There's some food over there. Go and have it. Okay. No. Right, so this bishop's pinned. I can recapture the knight, and I probably simply should. This is actually quite an uncommon move. I think more common is we get knights out here and stuff like that, but I can actually capture the knight with my queen. Or I can capture it with this pawn, which doubles my pawns, but also allows my light squared bishop out into the board a bit quicker. Let's go pawn. See, quite often in this opening, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pin that knight to prevent it taking my queen. And this causes white a problem, because now if I capture, he's got to recapture with the b-pawn. There you go. So now he's having to move his queen. He didn't really want to move his queen there, but he's had to. Now if I do this and he does rook there, or even castles, I have time to castle. But I am a pawn up, and very often you get into the middle game a pawn up. So the Steinitz is actually a really good line. Oh, by the way, this has now broken the pin on the knight. So, do I want to take the knight and queen takes, which means that this pawn is hanging, or do I want to do something else? And I'm kind of inclined to drop the queen back. I think. Keep the bishop pinned. White may long castle, in which case I'm going to do this probably. Okay. Queen and king are in line. I think I should develop my knight. I should definitely develop my bishop at some point, but I think knight has to come first. Just checking if queen comes down here or here, it's not an issue. Okay. Very well covered on d7. The knight actually is still pinned, which is fine. So I will probably be looking at short castles here. Okay. So I might just like sidestep. Hello. Not entirely sure of the purpose of that. He's just eliminated a developed piece. This is still pinned. So the knight technically isn't really playing any active role in the board. The cat's trying to get into the office. If you can hear meowing in the background, she wants to get in because she's full of milk and she wants to get rid of the milk, but we have to wean the kittens, so unfortunately we all have to go through a few days of annoyance. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. Remember this alignment issue that we spotted a little while ago? Brain pill, let's go. I'm also just like shutting off this now. I think that simply wins, doesn't it? Is that Thailand? Big problem in little Thailand, resigns. There you go. So the Steinitz Scotch. The Steinitz Scotch. Let me, excuse me for eating on. I'm going to go to the Explorer. My game's as black, right? Against the Scotch. Okay. So this is all time. So for me, with the black pieces, e takes d4 is normal. I've got a 52% win rate. f5, interestingly, the Kruger. Oh no. Pardon me. I've got the black pieces, 43% win rate. after captures. After f5 is the kind of Kruger anti-Scotch. Not great so far. Only 29 games, 41% win rate against 59. That's poor, and right. So that's not great. And then I've tried d6 3 times. Okay. So if we drill into this, we'll go down to the Steinitz thing. So knight takes d4 is by far the most common. And then now look. Okay, trading knights is one thing. You can also bring the bishop out here. And you can walk into all kinds of other lines. But the point is queen h4 here. I have played 114 times with a 49 to 45 win rate. So what we're going to do, we're just going to have a little wander through. The most common move here is knight c3. And if knight c3, you just pin the knight. Right, bishop b4, 53% against 40. Looking good, right? Most common move here is knight takes knight. Or queen d3. Okay, knight takes knight. You can simply capture on here because this knight, remember, is pinned by our bishop. And this is really uncomfortable for white. Now, what he should do here, I think knight b5 is actually a really good move here. Knight d to b5, yeah. But so this is kind of the general refutation idea of going in for this fork. But remember, if I've got a bishop here, we have this move. Bishop, well, we've got bishop takes c3 check, messing up his pawn. In which case, sometimes the knight might be tempted to go back, and then that danger is passed. Or I've done queen takes e4 as well. But you've also, remember this, if you've ever played the Steinitz, this bishop a5 idea, defending this pawn, does actually kind of work, okay? So, yeah, in general, you'll end up with a lot of middle games where you're a good pawn up. There's very often this guy here on like c6. And it's good practice at just converting a small advantage, a small material advantage. And we do very well. We do very well from this position, okay? Other than this, yeah, knight takes c6, we can just capture. Again, 48-48 from there. Queen e2. And you trade queens and just win back the knight. And here we have an extra pawn, okay? This pawn hangs, so you'll very often want to bring your bishop out. You've got to be aware of getting checked down the open e file because notice e and d are both completely open. So it's a nice wide open game. You shouldn't have too many problems. So bishop out here targeting this pawn is a common idea. Long castles or short castles and crack on. So let us just briefly look at the Lichess Explorer and see how common is this. How many times will a Scotch player experience this move? Well, let's set it to, okay, so this is intermediate. This is 1600 to 2200 on Lichess, which is, numbers are higher than they are on chess.com, okay? So queen h4 is not in the top 9, 10, hang on. No, it's, forgive me, we take the pawn first and knight takes, okay. My problem there. Okay, knight takes, most common. And white does very well, because that's what white expects. Okay, bishop c5, knight f6, d6, queen f6, queen h4, coming in at number 6 in our chart, right? 2.9% of the time. That's one game in 33. One game in 33, and your Scotch player isn't going to know what the hell to do. They are going to have to be doing... Shut up! No one cares. What's wrong? Right? The Scotch player isn't going to have a clue what to do. Yeah? But you play this all the time when you see the Scotch. This is the point. And this is why it works. Next, let's now switch this to 1000 to 1400. So this is like 750 to 1100 kind of breakthrough level on chess.com. Sorry about the bloody kittens, okay? Queen h4, 1.3% of the time. That's like 1 in 70 games. Shut up! 1 in 70 games. Yeah? So, it is still my recommendation. It is still what I am playing. I was playing, you know, one of a mate from the local chess club. You know, he's been like 1700 rapid. He varies up and down, and he hates to face the Steinitz as well. So I think it's definitely worth studying. I've probably got a playlist on it. So, you know, if you're looking for a way to play against the Scotch and avoid things like the Scotch Gambit and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it doesn't completely avoid it, I don't think. If you've got the, hang on, if you've got the black pieces, they do this. You take, the Scotch Gambit is this. So you don't actually avoid the Scotch Gambit, no, you don't. But there are lines that you will avoid. But this is kind of mainline stuff. If they go mainline, then you surprise them with Queen H4. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching and see you later.